Social media has been causing people to believe in false things, even crazy things, corrupting and altering their very view of the world. This appears to be what happened to people like Frank Tufano, Mr. Jones, I don't want to say his full name. YouTube disowned him a couple of years ago. Then there's Amber Heard and the J6 prisoners. First, we'll take a look at some of the things that they believe.
I mean, but like, you know what?
Doesn't matter how educated you are, you can fall into these things like that. Okay, anybody can be consumed, and Facebook was the primary place.
If you dare to question somebody's radical ideology, they will cancel you.
Until these ugly cocksuckers put 2 bullets in my head.
Control over people's minds, targeting these meat processing plants with radiation, making the workers sick. This is how they're going to take meat away.
I found you from Reddit.
I don't want to have to throw any of these secret society cocksuckers in a fucking meat grinder.
I'll call the cops on you then. I swear to fucking God.
Taylor Swift is going full crazy feminist. She is a female in a feminist society. She is worth $400 million. And she is saying, if I was a man, I would get there faster. How women have it harder.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
I rose to public prominence in 2016.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? That's the year Trumpism started. That's when certain people started saying certain things on the internet, because Mr. Tangerine Man got that kind of stuff trending.
I objected to Ellen Page's surgical mutilation. According to the dictates of YouTube, apparently, we've both now engaged in hate speech and the incitement of violence.
YouTube took the video down because they were saying stuff about trans people, and it's against the rules, and he knows it. Jordan Peterson's license is in psychology, but he also plays nutritionist.
We were offered the much vaunted food pyramid, telling us to eat 6 to 11 servings of grains and carbohydrates a day. That all turned out to be wrong. And not just a little wrong, but so wrong that it might as well have been not just wrong, but a veritable anti-truth.
He's really going overboard with this one thing here. Blatant falsehood. Really weird if you keep listening to it. This would be called protesting too much. Go overboard to try to convince people. Why is he doing this? The hyperbole here is crazy.
That is exactly the opposite of what we have been told.
In the opposite direction.
Opposite.
Take meat away and make everyone a slave. This illusion that my channel isn't successful.
I think you're doing a great job with your channel. You got good content, you're researching and stuff.
And the thing about confirming your beliefs, that's especially true in the carnivore community, because the diet really isn't so much about health as it is about making meat look good and veganism look bad.
The keto diet was the most Googled diet of 2018.
But a new study sounding the alarm on diets like keto and Atkins and paleo, suggesting low carb might actually be hazardous to your health.
And this is news to Dr. Oz.
Who knows if they planted something in my building?
That is Frank. He has been having problems in his business lately, and he suspects foul play.
How much further of a step would it be to escalate things?
A young sophomore girl was brought on to paint that for the public health sector. Rainbow leggings.
You're not going to believe what happens next.
And we begin tonight with the controversial painting by a Grant High School student.
I feel like she did a really good job finding excuses to defend the things she put on. None of us are that stupid.
Oh, parents allege that the hand symbol is demonic, with several even using the word witchcraft to describe it.
Witchcraft is hate material.
That's not what I'm a part of, and that's not what I'm trying to put out there. It's a mental illness. We need counselors. We need the medication that's going to help bipolar disorder fix their brains. We need the medication that fix their brains. We need the medication fix their brains.
You're bullying little girls now in schools. You're goddamn lunatics.
These evil, satanic, crazy psycho lunatics.
It's a World War II style mask with a horn on it, with a little girl in a dress that says, hate has no place here. There is no reason this should be in a school whatsoever. So a couple of other concerned parents set up a...
A witch hunt.
Vigilantes gather on the lonely torch-lit hill.
How much of a step further is it for them to shoot me or throw me in jail?
Who believe that JFK Jr. is alive and well amongst us, that Robin Williams has been brought back from the dead to run as the next Republican president, that every Democrat eats babies.
You would get fully dressed up for them. You would probably buy a new dress for them. Now you do that for your friends or yourself.
Y'all want to know what's really going on with the modern woman in 2024? People are starting to tell them the truth about themselves, and they want to go back in time where everybody was lying.
Accepted the fact that I will be single for probably another few years. I was very toxic. And also nowadays with social media, everyone's like, oh, you're that girl from TikTok. Don't start a conversation with me like that. Like, save your comments of, oh, I can take you out on a date. Please don't. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Who needs the love and support of a partner when you have all the ice cream in the freezer?
Spends her life willingly being an object for men and then complains at how they treated her.
Yeah, no, that's how it is all the time. I'm sorry, but how old do you have to be to stop? 18?
Yeah.
That's it. No mistake.
You always act like you're 18, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, no.
It's not just for the professionals in the business. It's anybody can do this now. And kids know more about what's going on than adults and parents do. I heard about an 18-year-old. She became a sex cam streamer right after turning 18, which means she had had it planned out when she was underage. I figured this is spreading through word of mouth through teenage girls. This is something you can all do if you want to.
I was a man hater. I think she meant to say man eater.
Tending to have a lot of inner hostility, is very concerned with their image, very attention seeking.
So I've cut out banana. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm like,
Instability in their emotions.
banana!
They may be self-indulgent, very self-centered, manipulation tactics to try to get their needs met, very needy of attention, be very judgmental of others, and unaware of problems in their behavior.
She now has a spokesperson to help with putting out more of her lies and propaganda, saying women's rights are moving backwards. They make it sound like a bad thing. They had too much. They had more than rights. They had a privilege where they were just believed without evidence.
But then suddenly I was guilty until proven innocent.
It's like our society has forgotten that there's a thing called slander with all the social media, with people just saying what they want. And Republicans, with rumpism going haywire, people have gotten the impression that you can just say what you want. Nobody will get in trouble. And I think that's what Amber Heard also got too carried away with. Yeah, right down here, where she explains her reason for participating in the op-ed, lending my voice to what I thought was a great cause. And then she said, conversation about these issues that I think the whole country was having at the time. Basically, yeah, that was going on, and it emboldened her.
There are vegan events in the city now. There's one I wanted to do. I'm not sure legally, like last time we did a vegan event, we had an issue where this fat piece of shit that looked like Santa Claus stepped on my wire and intentionally broke my camera equipment. Like, if that many people know who I am and know what I'm there to do,
stop it.
Is you never know how many dudes a girl is talking to. You never know, unless she's locked up in your basement. Funny story, by the way. We'll save that for another time.
Regardless of how the debate went, people are going to see me and their opinion's going to change.
Yeah, they're going to observe the sanity there, and like they're going to ignore the other guy. That vegan guy, the guy is literally insane.
I'm fucking losing it. I swear to fucking God, holy fuck.
Maybe don't accuse people of being child.
This ugly cocksucker from UPS.
Yeah, they're going to observe the sanity there.
Crazy crackpot supporters.
I was just going to bring up crackpots.
I'm losing my mind.
That's in the eye of the beholder.
My parents are having mental psych episodes and they want me out of the house like now.
Raw animal working at 6 a.m. before you go to work.
I'm going to put all the names of the people involved in this case. So maybe you guys can give them a call and talk some sense into them. The arbitrator.
Whoa.
Yes. I would say that's illegal if you get people. Like if you rally a mob and they do something illegal, you are partly liable for that. Everyone and their whole team could see they were losing all through the trial. Yet, when she did lose, what does she do? She goes right back to the media and starts talking BS again, which is why she was sued in the first place.
Stop it.
She doesn't seem to be able to stop herself from continuing.
You can switch therapists at any time, as many times as you need.
I absolutely love BetterHelp and always recommend them to everyone.
This is like my fourth therapist on BetterHelp.
I'm being called out for the fact that I objected to Ellen Page's surgical mutilation, unprofessional conduct pertaining primarily to my social media communication, my reprehensible behavior. People need to weigh in on whether I'm an alt-right Nazi of intolerable political thought with a troll-like army of pathological followers.
Devastating toll of Jones's lies, years of harassment, violence, and death threats they've had to endure.
Kelly Sorrell was there in the crowd when a mob attacked the U.S. Capitol. Video shows she was there in a D.C. parking garage, too, the night before when leaders of the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys met to allegedly discuss their plans for January 6th. She was still involved the day after, tampering with evidence by persuading people to withhold records and alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal objects. Sorrell's appearance in federal court this afternoon came just hours after her arrest in West Texas. Sorrell is a licensed attorney, best known for her involvement with the Oath Keepers, the far-right militia group, whose founder, Stuart Rhodes, is set to go on trial later this month for allegedly conspiring to interfere with the peaceful transfer of presidential powers.
She was supposed to stand trial along with them, but she didn't get a chance to do so because of some mental breakdown that she had, and she was deemed mentally incompetent to stand trial. So she was actually a normal person who was very well educated, and that shows you the dangers of conspiracy theories, which is that it doesn't matter how educated you are, you can fall into these things, which led to her becoming a lunatic over 2020 and 2021, then her husband divorcing her, and then she ended up on the Capitol in 2021.
To refresh your memory,
long-term vegetarian diet raising risk of cancer and heart disease. It's well known that people that eat vegetarian diets culturally are shriveled, are weak, are stupid, and have small cc-sized brains.
Mr. Jones is going to keep repeating these same false claims.
and as you can see, Mr. Jones ended up getting taken to court, but not because of the false claims about health and veganism. Of course not. He makes too many false claims for prosecutors to handle.
The title of that video is not "There Are Contradictions That Raise Questions About What Happened to Sandy Hook." The title of that video, if I'm right, is "Crisis Actors Used at Sandy Hook." Is that right?
Correct. But oftentimes titles just are meant to grab audience's attention, and then later in the video they get into details, just like all of the mainstream media does.
Mask off.
One way that you've been conveying to your audience that Judge Bellis has been acting like a tyrant is by showing her with lasers coming out of her eyes, right?
477,
Your Honor. This is the tyrant you've been telling your audience about, right? Yeah? I take this very serious.
Withdrawn, so stop.
You call this judge a tyrant, correct?
Yes.
Stop it.
You've been broadcasting repeatedly a picture of our judge on fire, haven't you?
Objection compound, Your Honor. No.
That's for your show, isn't it?
That's justice on fire.
Huh, okay.
Can I see it, please?
Yes, you may, Your Honor.
She laughed too. I think the laughter is surprise, because this is just hard to believe. This is all real. These people are nuts, and they're on the cusp of taking over this country.
Can you display which one The person on the left of this image is our judge, correct?
Yes.
The person on the right is another judge you don't like, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're telling the world not to believe what happens in this courtroom because the judge worked with Child Protective Services.
And sure, guilty people have always done this, but they didn't have a big microphone like social media until recent times. And now they can spread their twisted information and corrupt a lot of people's minds just like their mind is.
is involved with CPS, who is working with...
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time we would like to show a clip from Mr. Jones' show on Thursday where those words are said.
Judge Maya Gamble comes from CPS, who has been exposed for human trafficking and working with pedophiles.
Oh my God.
That's what you mean when you say you're taking this seriously.
I take this as serious as cancer.
I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive, selling their body parts.
I should say that music was not put in by Alex. That's someone making fun of Alex.
Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Conspiracy theorists to pay $45.2 million to parents who lost their 6-year-old son in the Sandy Hook massacre for calling it a hoax.
Even calling the victims' parents crisis actors.
I don't think you will understand unless there's some form of punishment.
The parents of Jesse Lewis testifying on the devastating toll of Jones's lies, years of harassment, violence, and death threats they've had to endure.
He lied to make his money, and he's lying to keep his money.
It's not enjoyable to have this happening.
Well, I've gone to dinner with you, obviously, dozens of times. It's the same story everywhere we go. Doesn't even matter. People lining up to take pictures, shake your hands, telling you how much they love you. They want to gag you in a courtroom. They literally arrested me for putting the tape over my mouth. So they don't like that image. They don't like that powerful image of the tape over the mouth. It's a simple message, and it's something that should resonate with every American.
Yes, a simple message. The simpler the better for Americans. In this day and age, with internet scammery being so obvious, you would think people would be wise to misinformation, because that's happening a lot these days. Yeah, simple messages are used a lot to trick people because they make it sound so simple and truthful. That's partly how the half-truth works. You know, they've refined it down to just show the half of the truth that makes their side look right. Like just saying First Amendment. That's really simple, and it gets your mind to actually believe that freedom of speech is the issue here, when it is not, actually. It's about smearing people, lying about people, and ruining their lives. There's no question that's illegal.
And whether they know who Alex Jones is, whether they don't, whether they like Alex, hate Alex, everybody should understand the importance of free speech, and everybody should be able to understand if Alex Jones doesn't have free speech, then I don't have free speech.
That's right. Let's expand on it.
Let's make this country great again, folks. Order your free Donald Trump Gold Bar now. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
I go out and face these scum, and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. Anti-human garbage.
And there's that projection that we know too well from these people who think they're the righteous, godly ones. Just about all of them would trash veganism and call it something from the devil.
Say goodbye to your burgers if you want to sign up for the Biden climate agenda. Americans would have to cut red meat consumption. No steaks on the barbie. Kale.
This is the kind of big government foretold in the 1973 dystopian movie classic, Soylent Green.
Yeah, I like burgers, and I like my gas-powered car.
I just realized a coincidence here in my video. There's one other person I know who sells those carnivore-type supplements, and it's Frank Tufano. And they're both big conspiracy nuts against the U.S. government. Like I say, there's certain circles where people like this get all of their information, why they're so anti-vegan.
When she was 18, she started doing porn. She actually ended up dating Logan Paul's friend, Mike.
Oh, man. His brother is Jake Paul, who was in the same show with Olivia Rodrigo, who I made like 7 videos about. He got fired from the show, too. I'm not surprised. Oh, and I think it was Logan. Didn't he have that fake marriage with Tana Mojo, who I made a few videos about 6 years ago when she pretended to be a vegan?
Why would you want someone that is like a fucking 10 out of 10 at blowjobs? Why wouldn't you pick that instead?
And you got 100+ men telling you here that they prefer women to have lower body
all
counts.
of them are delusional. I don't care about what they think. I probably fuck more women than most of these guys have in the audience, okay?
What the fuck?
You know what? I feel loved how I feel loved. If that's what too many like, so be it.
We shouldn't shame it. 89% of the world's population now live in countries with falling marriage rates.
So they just assumed he was cheating, right? That's like the default thought women have of men. And it's the media that does that. The media really does affect the way we think more than we realize, more than we could control.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and every year I tell myself this is the last year that you're going to be single on Valentine's Day. It never is.
Stop the rhetoric that a woman is crazy or difficult. If a man says to you that a woman is crazy or difficult, ask him, what bad thing did you do to her?
I just caught that for the first time. Did you hear the people laughing at first? Yeah, because that's ridiculous.
That's a code. That's a code word. He is trying to discredit her reputation.
And then other people in the audience started cheering louder to cover them up. Otherwise, that would have gotten embarrassing. I can't believe this is real. She basically just said what a lot of other women have hinted at. The idea that women cannot be bad people, that it has to be men. That is self-centered thinking, selfish and sociopathic.
If a man says to you that a woman is crazy or difficult, ask him, what bad thing did you do to her?
Get out and I'll bring you money.
No, I want it now.
I'm not giving you anything while you're out.
You stupid fucking cunt.
There's a lot of crazy going on these days.
My hands shake. I wake up screaming. I have to live with the trauma and the damage done to me.
Yeah, she's been damaged, but by her own actions.
What did you learn about Ms. Heard from the results of the MMPI-2?
She had a very sophisticated way of minimizing any personal problems, externalization of blame.
Maybe she could try suing her psychiatrist for not fixing her problems.
So fret not, it is possible to find the right therapist for you.
And it's made prioritizing my mental and emotional health so much easier.
They have a policy, you're not allowed to wear sports bras. And the program coordinator for the gym came up to me and asked me to leave.
I just think it didn't help me to not know what was true. Yeah. It doesn't help society to not know what's true.
I have thought this way for many years, and I've been fighting for truth on my channel for 11 years now. And you can see by my low views how little society seems to care about the truth anymore. You got all these political groups, diet groups, and food is very political. And so many people don't seem to care about society as a whole. But our whole lives are lived through society. Without this structure, our whole lives fall apart. People are throwing all of that under the bus just to make a buck or to feel good about their beliefs for the time being.
Negativity has overwhelmed my life.
This is painful, and this is humiliating for any human being to go through.
Alex Jones lashed out at his damn lawyers after his cell phone records were accidentally disclosed to opposing counsel.
We sure did find out that Mr. Jones was lying about having searched his own phone personally for Sandy Hook text messages.
Bankston says his ultimate goal is to send a message to all media outlets that choose to defame or lie.
I had it with influencers in the wild. And by that, I mean people posing in public places and taking up everybody's time while they're posing and looking at their pictures.
I literally went down to Queens, cut open a goat, ate the meat the next day. Insomnia was even worse.
I would just like to interview Bridget. If you want to be anti-LGBTQ, I want to know the details about the menage. Right. Did you French kiss the other gal? Did you scissor? Did you go down? What was your husband up to? How much lesbian activity went on?
They sent a dozen cops to my building last week.
Have you ever looked at your husband's Google search history? What's going on in there?
I've been shipping packages for 3 fucking years, you fucking morons!
Jones finally admitting on the stand what the world knew years ago about the massacre.
It was, especially since I met the parents, and it's 100% real.
Jones's company has filed for bankruptcy, and he claims he's lost nearly everything.
I haven't made a dime. I live with my fucking parents.
Nora Vincent, she was a radical feminist who believed men lived on easy mode and tried to prove it by disguising herself as a man for 2 years. The experience was so bad that she had to stop after 18 months because she was starting to hate women due to how bad the women treated her when she believed she was a man.
They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better.
Taylor Swift releases new song about male privilege.
I'm losing it. I'm fucking losing it. If my fucking lawyer doesn't do anything, I'm gonna
up, I swear to fucking God.
Mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. It's incredible detail. They want to shatter your mind. Talking about Justin Bieber. The future globalists who want to shatter your mind. I want to see you truly live. I want to see you truly be who you are.
If you guys take anything away from this video, it's that these people are liars. They're liars, they're liars, they're liars. They lie and deceive.
Pay attention, people.
I'm dead fucking serious, guys. I'm done with this shit. We're gonna liquidate all the inventory. I'm starting OnlyFans next week. I don't give a shit.
The support of the Chinese Communist Party, Frankie's free-range meat will be number one. Number one, China, number one.
I'm fucking done. I can rebrand to Frankie's free-range dog food, mark not for sale on anything, and sell Bull's balls mixed with fucking shit and blood, and my customers will still buy it because they know it's better than the shit you scumbags are selling. As much as I shouldn't be, I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to name this judge.
But we need to at least aim to talk about what is true. Mm-hmm. And that's why I cannot stand a lot of these movements that have come up in the last couple of years.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Unsubscribe from the Sprinkles on TikTok.
And subscribe to this channel. I back up all the things I say. I don't go into hiding. I don't delete any comments. And I answer every question that people ask me. I cover the truth about society, political stuff, and diet and health. The information I put out doesn't help me at all. It's information that helps you.
Turn off your phone if you have to.
And turn on your brain. That's what happens when you watch my videos. I don't just make a claim and then trick you into believing it. I get you to think about it and show you that it is true.